I'm going to show you 10 ways to improve at CS2. If you use these tips from this guide and implement them into your own game, I guarantee that you will get better at CS2. Without further ado, let's get started. The most obvious way to improve at CS2 is to practice your aim. You need to spend time outside of just playing matches and pugs on your aim training. There's so many free resources to help improve your aim, such as the many workshop maps available out there. Currently, the best aim training maps are CS Stats and Aimbots. In the future, when YPrec releases his maps, you will want to check out those as well. You'll want to add For All Deathmatch as part of your aim train routine for warm-up. This will help with your raw mechanics, crosshair placement, it improves your reflexes, and for me, I like to turn on my favorite music, go around taking fights, focus on different shooting mechanics and techniques such as practicing your tapping, spraying, and don't worry too much about your score. Don't play the Valve Deathmatch, they are really bad. You will want to go through the Community Deathmatch, which at the time of making this video, companies like Prac and Cybershock have good DM servers. Warm-up servers are not available right now, but when they do launch, I highly recommend them. Find and make a good aim training routine and stick to it. It's like working out. Like if I were just to lift weights maybe one day a week, sure you might see a small boost, but if you are consistent with it and have a routine, you will see progress fast. It's the same principle with everything, guys, from CS2 to life. CS2 is pay to win, so the better skins you have, the better you are going to get at CS2. And with today's sponsor, you can get some sick skins. I want to thank today's sponsor, which is SkinsMonkey. They are one of the best and easy to use CS2 trading sites. You can instantly switch out your skins you don't want by selecting them, and then pick up the new skins you do want that are so much nicer. You can also buy skins much cheaper with a 35% total deposit bonus using code NART, and don't forget the freebies section where you can get free skins. Make sure to use the link in the description and code NART for all the extra bonuses. You can learn a lot by watching pro streamers play, picking up on things like their crosshair placement, which Rops is, if not the best CS2 player when it comes to this. You can see the entry pathing, you can see how Rops is clearing these angles. I highly recommend you do this, especially if you have free time or if you want to throw it on a second monitor while you do some work. And to go off pro streamers, there's also pro matches. You can stay up to date with the current meta by watching what the pros play and how they're playing the game. Here you see Zywoo break the smoke, which leads to this double frag, and later into the round he is going to use that same lineup for the flash. So you can pick up on high level utility used by the pros as well as high level tactics and CT setups. This is a must thing to do, especially if you're playing competitively on a team. If you seriously want to improve at CS2, then you have to watch back your demos. I don't have any personal demos to show you guys, so I'm just going to show you this pro match. So we see that Cloud9 are on a half buy. Alexi B is going to be playing by himself here towards the top banana, and he gets overrun by a rush and his teammates nowhere nearby. You're picking up on your mistakes when you're watching back the demo, like, oh wow, this was an incredibly bad play, why did I do this? How can I learn from this mistake? Well, here in this round, JL was fumbling and messing around with nades, and you can see that he's way behind Alexi. There definitely was a miscommunication problem here. Maybe there's something you really want to work on and you already identified it, meaning like, hey, I lose banana way too much, or I'm losing B way too much. What am I doing wrong? How can I fix this? Try to work out why and focus on what is happening. So maybe I'm playing way too aggressive, or maybe I'm just losing fights, I'm not using my utility good enough, or whatever it may be. Either way, when you're watching, you want to identify what's causing you to lose and then a counterplay or improvement that you need to make from this. Queuing with a group makes your games much easier since you already know your teammates, you know their tendencies, playstyles, and you can easily communicate with them. The issue with solo queuing is you never know what kind of teammates you're going to get. You could get bad teammates, you could get some trolls, you can get teammates that don't use their microphone, and so on. When you are solo queuing and you meet some good teammates, make sure at the end of the game, if you want to play with them again, you can say something like, good game guys, nice playing with you all, do you want to run it back? That's what we say in NA, meaning like, do you guys want to play again? If you really want to take your game to the next level, think about playing competitive, meaning join a team where you practice and participate in leagues like Face It. For me, I used to be a huge pug star, and it blew my mind how bad I was when I first joined the team. My understanding of the game changed so much, and I picked up on so many things that I wouldn't have learned while just pugging. I became a way better player overall after joining a team, and it helped me get better at CS. Really quick, if you want to find a team, check out my website cs2.app, where there is a team finder section here. Simply just go ahead and make an account and you could go ahead and post here. Be friendly, don't tilt, and especially don't be screaming at your teammates. It's not going to solve anything, it just ruins the team and playing environment. We've all been there on both ends before, where you've raged at a random teammate for making a mistake, or you've been on the receiving end of it when your teammate is yelling at you. It's not fun at all. If you need to say something, do it in a nice way. A toxic environment is going to ruin the mental aspect of the game. You'll be playing a lot better in a more friendly and calm environment that allows you to focus, rather than if you were to get into a yelling match with your teammate where your attention is not even on the game anymore. You have to learn basic utility. You don't know how many matches I played on Mirage where I'll call let's do A smokes and the whole team doesn't know any of the smokes. It's a total nightmare. Knowing nades will set you up for success. If you can get the perfect flash on your enemy, it doesn't matter how good they are if their screen is white. This next way of improving at CS2 is getting better equipment. With CS2 being a new game and being more intensive on the computer with FPS compared to CSGO, you will need to upgrade your parts or get a new PC. Playing with low frames does put you at a disadvantage. I know this from personal experience because I used to play on a PC that averaged 30 to 80 FPS before upgrading, and now I get 300 plus, and it's night and day on how much better you play when you have more FPS. I know this is not possible for everyone to do so, and that there are guides out there with FPS and PC optimization. And then another equipment that is essential is having a 144Hz monitor, which should be the minimal. You will see a huge difference in your gameplay going from 60Hz to 144 because your game will feel so much smoother that you will not want to go back. There are 240 and 360Hz monitors out right now, but I wouldn't say they are essential, but 144Hz is definitely a must at least. When it comes to settings, it is personal preference, but when I first started playing CS, I had no clue that you could even change the DPI on a mice. I was a total noob back then. I was playing on the default DPI. It was some crazy high sensitivity like Walk 6. Most pros are on 400 DPI. They have a really low mouse sensitivity because it helps you attain a more precise aim. Besides the mouse sensitivity and DPI, make sure you mess around with crosshair settings as well and find the most suitable crosshair for you. Now, you don't always want to copy the pro settings. It's all about trial and error and see what works for you. I do have a guide on crosshair settings, so make sure to check that out on my YouTube. There's binds in CS2 that are must-knows and must-haves, and they give you that 1% extra edge in order to improve as well as get better. You saw the first flash took me half a second to get to, while the second time I throw it right here it was instantly because I have it binded. It's even worse for a Molotov because that's the last nade, so I would have to press four times to get to it compared to if I had it instantly bind. I'll put a link in the description for must-know binds. There's a lot of pros out there that provide coaching, and here is one of them, NartOutHere through the website called Medify. You can see the services that he provides here: live demo reviews, team sessions. This is what a demo review from NartOutHere looks like. You can see all the comments and feedback that he provides. With the pros having so much experience, they're gonna catch on things that you wouldn't even know of. This last tip will really help you improve at CS2. Subscribe to NartOutHere. I will keep you up to date with what's going on with the CS2 pro scene, from nades, boosts, plays, and more. There's a reason why all the pros watch me, and if you find this guide useful, give the video a like and let me know what other topics I should cover. See you guys in the next one.